Welcome to another photo booth live from Hustle with Drew. Today we're talking about the photo booth drop-off. I want to go over everything you need to know about it, and hopefully we can persuade some people to do it. I'm telling you guys, the drop-off changed my life. The drop-off is the reason I have Photo Booth 101. The drop-off is the reason why we were even able to launch and scale from one photo booth to 12 in just 8 months. Let's talk about it. What are some common things? And again, remember, if you're watching this at a later time, subscribe and hit the notification bell. What are some things people have objections to when doing the drop-off? There's a lot of people that give it hate. There's a lot of people terrified to do it. Here's some things that I hear people say. They will, first of all, say that the drop-off, your equipment's going to get stolen. I'm scared it's going to get broken. The photos are going to look terrible because people are going to move the booth. The prop table is going to be a mess. Here's the thing. The drop-off is not, the fear you have is not something that's going to probably happen. I've done, how many? What? Easily a couple thousand drop-offs. I set it up. I leave. I've had one issue, you guys. And shout out to the 2 people already in the chat. You guys, let me know who's here. I can't see who's here, so just put a what's up in the chat. Look, I've done a few thousand drop-offs, and I've never had anything crazy happen. One time, right, there was a guest at a drop-off. He got drunk. He punched the front of the photo booth. My faceplate cracked. That's a $75 fix. I'm not losing sleep over $75 because I charged the customer $150. It was paid for. Here's some things. Here's the reality. What is the negative, right? I'm not just here to hype it up. Here's the negative about doing a drop-off. Number 1, you don't get content. You're not there, so you're not going to be able to film people using your photo booth. You can't take photos of people using the photo booth. You're not there. What's up, John? Man, I can always rely on John to be in the chat. What's up, man? John Q. You're not able to get content. Number 2, you're not there to promote your business. Number 3, you're not there to keep the prop table nice. That's about it, you guys. Now let's talk about the benefits of the drop-off. Joe, Drew, congrats on the 20K. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, Joe. So the benefits of the drop-off. You guys, if you want to scale your business, who here wants to scale their business? Raise your hand. All of you have your hands raised. The fastest and easiest way to scale your business is with a drop-off. I went from one photo booth to 12 in 8 months by offering the drop-off. DJ Pun, what's up? What's up? So the drop-off, man, it's the record I've done is 11 drop-offs in one day. And trust me, I know that sounds insane. It's possible. I had to wake up at 6 in the morning to start dropping off, and I didn't get home until 3 a.m. It's a lot of work. However, it's possible. Your average photo booth owner who's only going to their events and staying there, if they're lucky, they can do 2 events. Most of the time, it's just 1. So if you're doing drop-offs, you have the upside of, let's just say 10 events. You could do 10 events by yourself in one day. Trust me, there's strategy to go over that, which we'll talk in a second. But if you can do 10 times more the event than the average photo booth owner, that's 10 times more reviews, 10 times more experience, 10 times more money, right? 10 times more social media content, etc., more reviews, all of that, right? So I'm just here to just like plant these seeds and just to let you guys know, like, if you're a photo booth owner, and let's just say your lowest package, right? You're traditionally the photo booth owner that has package 1, 3 hours with an attendant, package 2, 4 hours with an attendant, blah, 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 blah. So what I'm saying here is there's a lot of you that have to say no to a lot of people, where your traditional photo booth is maybe a print package, right? Well, with the drop-off, I'm able to offer a cheaper option. So if someone wants a quote, like, hey, Drew, we love your photo booth company. We've been following you on social media. How much for 3 hours of prints? I give them the price. Let's just say it comes out to $750. Yeah, Drew, sorry, $750 is out of budget. I'll say, not a problem. What is your budget? Well, the budget's about $400. Perfect. We actually have a drop-off option that will let you have the photo booth from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Here's the secret sauce, you guys. Doing the drop-off will take you far, But if you take my advice and do the all-day drop-off, everything will change. We go 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And why I do it that way is I want them to have it longer. I want to crush my competition when it comes to value. You can't compete with Uncle Drew if you're the photo booth owner doing 3-hour minimums. Guess what? Low price from Uncle Drew, keep it all day. The longer they have it, the better, because one, I don't want to be stuck at your event. Even if I'm not in there, if I have to come back in 3 hours for a 3-hour drop-off, that's a waste of time. So I want them to have it from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. That gives me a 9-hour window? A 9-hour window to go do more events. Maybe I go to Starbucks for 5 hours, work on my Google SEO or grow my business somehow. I think that's like the biggest secret here is like the all-day drop-off. And I know it doesn't sound attractive, right? Because Uncle Drew's charging $375 minimum for a digital drop-off. That gets you the Deluxe Duo with the iPad, with the photo option right there, right? So that's bare package. Bare package. I'm a big believer in low entry and then upsell. I'm making most of my money with the upsell. So $375, that gets you the booth all day from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Here's what we're charging extra for. Boomerang GIF and video. That is a $150 upgrade. We're getting into it, my friends. We're getting into it. We're talking about the money now, okay? Come here. We're talking about the money. So maybe I just make, let's just call it $400, okay? I want to tell you guys how I can turn this into more. So this, let's just assume $400, it's actually $375. If they want the backdrop rental, they want the backdrop, right? If you guys have the Photo Booth 101 backdrops, these are premium backdrops. We can now add another $100 to the rental. If they want to rent the battery pack, the Jackery, we call that a wireless setup, $75 added. If they want Boomerang GIF and video, guess what? That's a $150 upgrade. Red carpet experience, where you have the red carpet with the stanchions, that is $150 extra, okay? You see where I'm getting here? Do you want the online gallery? $50 extra. What do you want? Some custom-made props? Digital props? That is a $75 upgrade. You see how we just added so much more money? The money is made in the upgrade, not the upcharge. Because if all of my clients just booked me for $375, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably be 40% less richer. 40% of my income is the upgrades. Okay, cool. Joe is asking, how do you deal with older parties? Just did a photo booth for the 50th reunion. You know what's funny? So like when I'm asking questions when people are booking, if I were to find out it was mainly older people, I would definitely would recommend to them an attendant. Old people need that assistance. You know, they don't know. I always love this joke, but like next time you're at a photo booth and there's anyone over the age of 70, when they press the photo booth or when they're posing, it's like this. They don't know where to look. They're like, and then all of their poses are the same. Old people don't change the pose. It's literally just like this for 3 photos. So it's good to be there for the older photos for sure. If we have to stay at an event, we charge $50 on top of the rental rate. So for instance, this past Thursday and Friday, we had a 2-day activation. It was a two-day event, 14 hours total. They hired us as an attendant, and we charged $50 on top of that. So 50 times 14 is exactly what we made. And I'm here to announce that Uncle Drew finally has an employee. I'm announcing it. We finally have an attendant. It took some time, and now I'm kind of wishing I would have done it sooner, but we could talk about that at a later time. But let me get to the rest of these comments. Love your contact, learn a lot from you. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. 919, exactly. I do drop-off photo booth in one location all day and 360 booth at another location for 3 hours. This is huge here. Think about this, you guys. So 919, if 919 was doing no drop-off and got 2 bookings, one 360, one with a regular photo booth with an attendant, he'd have to hire somebody. You can't do two at once unless you have another person there. The drop off, I tell you guys like this. Think of a drop off as if you have a photo booth option where you don't have to pay your employee. Your freaking photo booth is your employee. You don't need to pay something you own. 919 is saying, we are charging extra for the web link, about $100 extra. Let's freaking go. Yeah, I love charging my photo booth clients for software features. Bro, you guys, these people don't know that the gallery is free. Most people think if there's a storage online in a cloud, they have to pay for it. You have to pay for iCloud storage. If your Gmail gets full, you have to pay extra for that. So like, yeah, we should be charging for it. Also, you don't have to charge, but you should use that as leverage. So if you get a client that's like, you know what, I'm on the fence between your company, 919, and hiring DJ Pun's photo booth company. It's about the same price, but let us think about it. If I'm 919, I'm not letting them off the phone. I'm going to say, well, what can we do to lock this in now? I have an idea. What if I gave you $200 worth of free upgrades? Actually, what if I gave you $250 worth of free upgrades if you book it today? I'll give you the online gallery, which we charge $100 for, and then I'll upgrade your photo booth to just doing photos to GIF, boomerang, and video for $150. So that's $250 if you book right now. How does that sound? Let's do it. They're going to say, F DJ Pun. That's a great deal. Perfect. What's your credit card info? I'm going to take that info. I will use it as leverage, but only if it benefits me as well, right? But like, it's a two-way street. Yes, I get them to book right away, but then they also get extra features. So I'm a big believer that the drop-off should be in everybody's package. Drop-off, this whole time we're talking digital drop-off. Uncle Drew does print drop-off as well. But I have a secret weapon. I have the Photo Booth 101 printer cover and stand. And this thing will be available. It's already available for the Photo Booth 101 members in for pre-sale. But check me out. So if you're using Luma Booth, you guys know how you need a laptop. Guess what? We now have a built-in tray for your laptop to hide. We upgraded this bad boy. This is something you need because if you're doing prints and you're not there, the prints will fall out of this tray so people can grab it. If you just have a regular printer like this and you're doing a drop-off, I promise you, people are going to fight over the prints and it's going to jam. So this bad boy is hidden inside of here. I got to thank God again that, and I thank you guys that I have the freedom to be able to develop these products for you guys. And honestly, I lied to you. I don't develop, I'll be real. I didn't make this for you guys. I didn't. I made this for me. And an extension for me needing it for my photo booth business, we're able to sell it to you guys because if it makes sense for me, it'll make sense for a lot of you guys. How freaking awesome is that? That's dope. I need it. I use a Surface Pro tablet for printing. Yep. You can throw it in the tray. It's amazing. It's amazing because before you see a lot of photo booth owners where they leave their laptop on top of their printer. This is a better way to do it. You can close your printer. You can hide it in there with the lock and key. You can dip or you can stay. It's a cleaner look. Is it something you need if you're being at your events? No. It's a great drop-off item. But, I mean, some people just like the aesthetics. It just looks kind of nice like that. Yeah. But yeah, the drop-off. Let's talk about this. I mean, I know we have just 8 people in here, but I feel like we have a solid group of people in here that are actually like absorbing this. So how to execute a drop-off successfully. Step number 1, you need contracts down. You have to have a contract. Contracts are different for drop-offs too, by the way. You can't just have a standard photo booth contract. You need something specifically for that. And we sell them. If anyone here wants it, just let me know. I'll give you a deal while I'm live. You can actually buy the contract bundle that we have. If you're doing prints, if you're doing digital drop-offs, print drop-off, we have all that. But step 1, contracts. Step number 2, when you're at your event for a drop-off, before you leave, before you record anything, you call the person in charge, the PIC, person in charge. Hey, just really quick, everything's set up. I want to just give you a breakdown of what we have here and how it works. whether that's the client or the client's sister, the client's boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, whatever. You show them the setup, you let them walk through it, right? They get a print, that you put their phone number in, they get it. But then you also say, are you okay with the distance? Do you like the way the backdrop is? Let them make any changes, right? If they're cool with it, they're saying everything's perfect, great. If they don't like it, they'll say, can you move the backdrop back? You can say, yeah, we can, but the light won't be as effective. But if they want it, it's up to them. That way, they can't complain about anything. They're okay with the distance, the lighting, and everything. So after they give that okay, I will say, perfect. So now I encourage you to do it too. I'm talking to my client or the person in charge. Take your phone out and just document the way everything is. That way, if anything happens, we both have proof of how it was. You know, and I'll always explain, like, I wouldn't worry. It's very rare for anything to happen, but just in case. I film everything. They can do it if they want to. Most of the time they don't. Then when I come back, I do the same exact video just to make sure there's no like issues with anything there. So that's how you can protect yourself. If there's damage on video 2 that wasn't on the first video, you know something happened in between you leaving and then when you picked it up. How do you check on your events? Let's talk about this. So I'm going to open up PhotoShare here. And again, if there's anyone here watching this video that want this live, you have to be watching live. I feel bad when people leave comments after they're live. They're like, I want that deal. It's only when we're live. So if you guys don't have contracts and you want contracts, I will give you those at a really good price, 80 bucks if you're wanting to get it while we're live. So how does Uncle Drew track the event? How does Drew know that the photo booth is working when I'm not there? Well, PhotoShare, okay? Let me flip this around. PhotoShare is the gallery hosting website for LumaBooth. If you're using a different software, it's probably something else, right? So if you're at your event, right, let's just do this one here. Okay. Okay, so it's a past event. Let me scroll down. Okay, damn, this one did a lot of photos. By the way, this is with the cloud booth. Look at this quality. Sheesh, good quality there. Okay. This is with our DSLR booth. Okay, so down here, perfect. So you're there at your photo booth, and this is you guys. You do a test photo, right? Then what you do is 30 minutes after the event starts, you refresh it. And if you refresh it, and then you get up to here, well, all of these photos happened, and they're uploaded, so that means that the booth is working properly. Most likely, right? Then you refresh again, and then if you see new photos pop up, well, guess what? The booth is working. It's a simple way to do it. All right. 919, why I get assaulted and fought a guest mid-October for picking up my drop-off photo booth. Cops were called. I got my lawyer. Bro, what? What the heck happened, man? Dude, this is the second time I heard of a photo booth owner getting into a fight in the past month. There was a girl in our group chat that got jumped by like 4 other people during an event. Bro, you guys need to bring me to your events. Like, I don't know if you guys, in real life, Uncle Drew is I'm a big human. I got your back. Well, I'll throw down with you if we have to, man. 6'3", 360 pounds. I know a little bit of wrestling. Like, we'll do some damage. Us photo booth owners got to stick together, man. And I know you're not a person that would provoke something, so I know it's their fault. Anyways, back to the photo booth drop off. Look, man, I don't know about you guys, but I want to run a business where I am not needed for the bulk of the work. And this may be hard to hear, but if you don't have an attendant and your business revolves around you having to be at your event, it's not so much a business. I think you really get into business status when you're able to leave, when you're able to have a more passive way to make money. And I just want you guys to understand that your time is your most valuable asset, and you get that with the drop-off. I would love to do a live where I talk about the photo booth pickup, because that's the ultimate passivity. 80% of my events now are pickups. Like, the rest are drop-offs mainly, right? The pickup is really hard for people to understand, but I'm going to start diving into it. And if you're watching this, you're hearing it first, that I'm going to start making more content for that. And I know a lot of you guys aren't ready, but for those that are ready, you're going to make a lot more money. I promise you. The pickup is a game changer. 919, the guy thought I was hitting on his girl. My wife and daughter were there with me. I was talking to a client and her sister about how the photo booth went and ready to shut off at 11:30. Dude, what the heck? Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Your family was there? Hopefully you messed them up more than he messed you up. Hopefully you won that fight. That's crazy. But yeah, is there anybody here, anyone watching the live that's interested in contracts? Let me know. We can lower the price. Also, too, we're doing 20,000. I still haven't. I'm trying to give somebody a discount to buy something. I just want to do it for one person. We hit 20,000 freaking subscribers here on YouTube, which is crazy to me. Watch how many people can fit inside Staples Center. This makes me happy. We have more people subscribed to this channel that can fit inside of Staples Center. How crazy is that? There's more of us than you can squeeze into a full freaking crowd at, well, now Crypto Arena. I don't mean to go off topic. Nope, not doing it. You're not doing it. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to go off topic, but I just got the Hi-T P525L last week. I keep getting lines, printed pictures. Is there any info on how I can get it fixed? Yeah, buy it from an authorized. Who did you buy it from? Let me ask you that. I keep telling you guys, buy from a authorized seller or somebody that you can trust. There's a lot of people buying on Amazon getting crappy printers that are repurposed. People, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard stories of people putting the dial back. DJ Rico Star China. Yeah. Do you live in China? You don't live in China, huh? I think you're screwed. I don't think you can return it. And if you do return it, they're going to probably make you pay for shipping. Look, guys, don't be cheap. I'm pretty sure that's why you bought it, right? Your printer requires you to have Chinese media. I hope you know that. You cannot buy, there's no sellers that I know in the States with Chinese media. Yeah, man, you're kind of screwed. Looking to get into the photo booth biz. I'm going to start with some Giant Yard games per my budget. Let's go. Bro, I haven't heard Giant Game Rental in a long time. Damn. That's OG Hustle with Drew if you guys have been a fan of the channel for a long time. Yeah, we used to do the Giant Game Rental. It's a lot harder to make money because people are now kind of hyper aware that all they have to do is go to Amazon or Target. They sell all that stuff at Target. But yeah, no, that's a good place to start off. You can be in business for like $350. Rent out all of those games anywhere from 100 to 150, maybe 200. Yeah. Spencer, I'm new here and have been watching your videos for weeks. Brother, what's up? Spencer, good to see you. You look like Keanu Reeves, by the way, from your profile picture. I just see a little thing. That's a compliment. That's not like not being weird, but yeah, you guys, look, here's some things you can cut corners with. You can cut corners on your photo booth, right? This makes me a bad salesman. I should be saying to you guys, buy my photo booth. You can build your own. I built my own. I have videos showing how to build a photo booth. You can buy a prop table and put cheap props on your prop table. Don't be cheap with your printer. Don't buy your printer from China. Buy it from an authorized seller, or you can buy it from me directly. Not saying you have to, but your printer is going to be doing 80% of the work for your setup. And if you have 100 problems, 90 of those problems will be with your printer. So invest in a good printer, but get it from a quality, like someone you can trust. No offense to anyone in China, but like, it's not a great place to buy something if you're in the States for your business. If you need to get parts, bro, they got to ship it by sea or send it by air, and that gets really expensive. It could take 2 weeks to get to you. But 2 weeks in the photo booth business, right? Richard, if you're still here, like some people are making a few $1,000s in 2 weeks. So in your quest to save money up front, you're screwing yourself long term. So my advice would be get a printer in your country. And yeah, I had someone 2 weeks ago come in here. They said, hey, I'm going to bring my printer. You know, I bought it from XYZ. I bought it on Amazon, and it ended up being a Chinese printer. She was screwed. She goes, yeah, the media I'm buying from everybody won't work. And I'm like, oh, you have a Chinese printer. I knew it immediately. So they force you to buy the special paper from them, and you pay 3 times the price because it's coming across. Okay. Also new found my page a few days ago via your giant. Oh my god, my giant yard game content. That's so funny. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I'm gonna be shifting the content. Anyone watching the channel or a fan of the channel, I think I've gotten away from what gives us the most views, and I had a big awakening when I actually checked my analytics. You guys want to see? I'll show you. Too, and if you're wondering, how much does a channel like mine make? I'll show you guys too. I don't care. I had nothing to hide here. Okay. So we have 20,000 subscribers now. Let's go to YouTube Studio. I don't know if this is against rules, but 20,077. Let's go to analytics. We'll go to revenue. I make about, well, last month, $670, which isn't like, I mean, yeah, it's a decent amount of money, but like for the amount of work we put in here, it's not worth it. Like people, you got to have I think to be like full-time YouTube money, at least 4,000, 5,000 a month, right? To be able to where you can do it and still struggle comfortably. Okay, so content. Okay, just to show you guys, this is why I'm changing, because I actually look at this for once. I've never looked at what content did the best, but where do we go here? Videos, live, all. Where do you find this again? Oh, top videos. Okay. Bro, they're all tutorials. I need to get back to making tutorials, man. I've kind of lost my ways a little bit and started focusing a little bit too much on the podcast. And I think I need to scale that back to maybe just doing maybe one a month. You know, but like Luma Booth, I'm actually filming another Luma Booth tutorial tomorrow. We're going to do the 2026 Luma Booth tutorial, even though it's still 2025. You know, another printing video, but all the views are coming from the tutorials. So, yeah, just a little insight there. But yeah, you know, YouTube is like a stepping stone for anyone wondering, like, well, if you don't make money from YouTube, why do you keep doing YouTube? Well, YouTube is a gateway for people to buy stuff from Photo Booth 101. That helps pay the bills. We make affiliate money for the software. We make, you know, Luma Booth. We make a little bit of money from HoneyBook. It's just kind of like a stepping stone. Yeah. But if I relied on this money to make videos, I would stop making money. I mean, I'd stop making videos. It's impossible. You can't live off $600 a month. And that's a good month. I didn't even show you guys. It's typically like $450. DJ Rico Star, I should go with DMP basically, or you know what other brands? No. You have a good printer. You just bought the wrong version of it. The High-T printer is a fantastic printer. Yeah. You need to buy one in the States. All right, family. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Just a short live. Just wanted to hop on here, say what's up, talk about the drop-off. Is there anyone watching this that didn't ask? Maybe you have some questions, anything you want to know? Ask it now before I log off this live. And also, too, if anyone is wanting to order anything, I'm telling you, I have a deal for one person if they want it, just because we hit 20,000 subscribers. The next one we'll do, it will be at 30,000. But yeah, I just really wanted to come on here and talk about the drop-off. Just because today I'm looking at like our events coming up, and we're preparing for this weekend's events. And I'm just looking at it. I'm like, unattended. Nice catching you live. Likewise, good to be here with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Yeah. Business card tutorial. Not really photo booth related. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, maybe down the line, the baby's booty. I will be updating my equipment so so it will be better next time. Love it. Love it. I mean, I want to start a photo booth, so curious about the deal. When you're ready, let me know. I don't make deals for things that aren't going to happen. I know that sounds like too straightforward, but when you're ready, you let me know. And I don't think right now you're ready. So this is just for anyone that's ready to do it today. That's how good of the deal would be. Spencer, can you go full time with just photo booths and live live? Wait, what? Can you go full photo booths and live food? Okay, so I think you're asking, can you live good? Okay, I thought you put food. Yeah, you put food. I'm like, damn, bro, you're making me hungry. Yeah, we make full-time money, but here's the thing. I don't want to sell anyone a pipe dream. You don't just buy a photo booth and go full-time. It takes, honestly, you can do it in a year, hands down. Steven is somebody recently in our community. He has 4 photo booths from us and a 360 booth. Officially, he was 1 year, 2 months in the business, and he's now making the same amount he is at his career, his job, which he has an education, he has years of experience, a decade of experience working at that field. And in 1 year and 2 months, he's now making the same. And you know the beautiful thing about it? It's not just this money, right? It's not the money. It's the time. So he's making the same amount of money in 1/4 of the time. So think about this. You can go full time and spend 1/4 of the time that you would at a full-time job. Think about this. We're talking from driving to work, to working, to driving home, all of that. It's 1/4 of the time. So yes, it's possible, man. You can run a 6-figure business. I think give yourself 2 years, you can run a 6-figure photo booth business. In 1 year, I don't see why you guys can't do 60 to maybe 70,000. And there's a lot of people out there being like, no, you can make 100,000 your first year. Possible, but we're talking about for most people. Yeah. Yeah, and again, that's why I'm a big believer in offering all different types of rentals. Photo booth with an attendant, a drop-off package, a photo booth pickup package. Like, I even rent out photo booth equipment to other photo booth owners. I've built relationships with hundreds and hundreds and not even hundreds, thousands of photo booth owners locally. I'm telling you, man, we need to start shifting our mindset to stop being scared and stop looking at the negative in something and start seeing the positive. And the moment I did that, and I'll be honest with you, when I gave my life to God, my whole life changed. Well, obviously, because I have a relationship with God, and obviously you start having faith, but I stopped being so negative and I started looking at things and I was like, well, my whole life I've looked at people, they're going to ruin my equipment. People are bad. And I started operating from faith and just saying like, look, I'm not here to judge anybody. And let people prove me, how can I say it? Let me live my life not so negatively. And everything started looking better once we started doing that. Started doing drop-offs. Business exploded. I went from 1 photo booth to 12. I know I mentioned that. 1 to 12 in 8 months. It's possible, man. Spencer, it is possible, brother. Trust me. But you just can't operate from fear. Don't let fear hold you back. And I'm here to remind you guys, if you need a friendly reminder, your time on this earth is limited. You're not here forever. And look, I'm 36. I probably have a good 35 years before I get old enough to where it's really hard to go out and operate the way I do now. Maybe even 30 years. Who knows? So like, just with that being said, don't you want to be an old person and look back at your life and say, you know what? I wasn't a coward. I wasn't somebody that operated. I wasn't a pessimist. I tried to take advantage of the opportunities and I operated fearlessly. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to be, you guys. I don't want to look back and say, man, you were scared to try this or that. now I'm old enough now where I can look back at younger Drew 5, 6 years ago and be like, that kid fucking did it. He took a chance and it's paying off. And yeah, that's something I'm constantly thinking of. Like, I don't want to operate from fear. I want to, yeah. Renee, God is definitely the way to go. Facts. What do you think about AI technology? Yeah, I use AI every day. Chat GPT. Whenever I have an email to send, or every time there's a conversation I need to have somebody that's uncomfortable, I'll use Chat GPT to literally like dock up the word. I'm a very straight to the point person, but I use Chat. It's so weird. I use Chat GPT to be a kinder person. I'm using AI to give me something more personable. That's mainly what I use that for. But yeah, I use AI a lot. But for photo booth, I think AI might be the future of photo booths for sure. I think it's going to be a big part of it. Spencer, I'm in Mesa, Arizona, and work as an electrician / home remodeling. I have weekends to do whatever I want and totally want to get into the photo boothing and switch only photo boothing at some point. Bro, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so if you have Saturdays open, if you can do Friday night, Saturdays, you can definitely make it a full-time thing. But the easiest way to go full-time is to have the weekdays available. Yeah. All right, guys. Uncle Drew signing off. Thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to head home early today, but tomorrow I will be filming the 2026 Luma booth tutorial. Anything you guys want me to cover in that, right? I'm going to go over all of the settings. I'm going to show my favorite way of printing and how to even install all of that. It's going to be about an hour to 2 hour tutorial. So is there anything that like you think I might not cover in there that you want me to cover? Let me know right now. Yeah, I can't believe our tutorial has so many views. Crazy, man. I can't believe I stopped doing these videos. That's it. All right. See you guys later. God bless. Take care.